Yo, what's up everyone? DJ Zeus here, bringing you another video. And even though this mixer is a little old, today I'm going to be pairing my Vestax PMC05-Pro4 with my Rain Serato Scratch Live SL2 box. Vestax PMC05-Pro4, just in case you don't believe me, here it is. And basically it's pretty simple. You have to remove 10 screws in total. Don't do what I did and remove every single screw on the faceplate, because all that's going to do is allow you to remove the red piece of that on the bottom part and the red piece on the top part. And then there's 3 more screws that will allow you to remove the silver piece. And then, well, not really, because then you have to remove these. But anyways, on to the important stuff. 2 screws on the right side, 2 screws on the left side, 6 screws on the bottom. Remove those 10 screws, and all you have to do is slide this thing up. It might be on there a little tight, but since I already removed it, it was pretty easy, as you can see there. So that's all it is, basically a piece of sheet metal that was folded on both sides, and it's just one solid piece. And this thing is pretty hefty for just being a one piece. So in here you can see the mixer, and let me go ahead and turn it around upright, because this is the top of the mixer and this is the front of the mixer where they have the adjustments, just in case you want to use that as a reference. Now notice down here there's a lot of empty space that goes unused. Over here we have the motherboard with all the wiring and all that stuff, and then right here I've already gone ahead and taped the back of the channel or line faders, because there are some posts, some soldering posts that were sticking out the back, and I don't want any of those touching the Serato box or the Serato unit. So what I did was I got some electric tape and I put 2 layers of electric tape over it. This way I can be sure that these little posts aren't going to poke through it. And then on top of that I did another one across, just for safe measure. And what you can do is just place a Serato box in there, you know, plug in your RCAs, and then if you have some double-sided tape, I would probably prefer you to put it on the bottom of the box, that 3M double-sided tape. And then just once all your wires are connected, after you drill your hole, of course, you can just put this in there, and bam, you don't really have to worry about hearing that noise. See, that's moving around because obviously this isn't taped. So since I don't have any double-sided tape and it's too late to go out and buy some right now, what I'm gonna do as a temporary solution is, and the reason why I went ahead and taped this, but I mean, even if you don't do it the way I'm about to do it, I would suggest that you put some tape on there anyways, just because you don't want those posts to get messed up or scratched or anything like that, especially because Vestax is out of business, and good luck trying to find replacement parts. So anyways, what I did was I took my SL2 box apart. As you can see, it's empty, and that's because all the good stuff is right here. So this is the motherboard and the RCA outputs, as well as the USB output, and of course the grounding post for the Serato box. If you look at it, it's kind of a U shape, which is perfect because you have 1 edge, 2 edge, which is preventing anything from hitting the circuitry that's in there, especially if you're going to mount it into your mixer. It's going to be like this, and as you can see here, none of the circuitry is touching the actual metal of the Vestax case. So right here on the back there's not a whole lot of soldering except for on the sides, and it also has a little groove and it's protected by the sides here. And this right here, this little groove actually fits perfectly in like over this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there just like that. This is the way I'm going to have it set up. and it's gonna stay in there, and hopefully these faders here will keep it from sliding around, because these little things right here on the side are kind of keeping it in there and in its place. Now, like as I said, this is a temporary solution for me until I get some of that double-sided tape. Then I will go ahead and probably put that box in there, but I might not, only because I want to save on some weight, and the majority of this SL2 box is in the casing itself, because it is a heavy-duty metal case. Now, what you're going to need to do is get your RCA cables for your Serato system, and basically plug them into the RCA post. So I'm going to use this as a reference, the SL2 box as a reference, because I don't remember which side was which. Okay, so USB side is going to be outputs. So let me go ahead and plug these in here. Red to red, white to white, white to white, red to red. And the USB cable that came with the Serato stretch line. Go ahead and plug this in there. And there you have it. So this is the output side, and now the input side. We got two more RCA cables. If you're able to get the ones that are the L-shaped, those would probably work a little bit better and take up a little less space, especially for the wires that are going to be coming out of the mixer and going into the back, just so that way it doesn't take up that much space and they fit in there a little bit more snug. So on the output side, I'm going to go ahead and red to red, white to white, whoops, white to white, red to red, white to white. Screw this post, make sure it's on there tight, and then put these wires around here just like this. Now what I was going to do was drill a hole in the back area, and as you can see I already got started, and it's a small hole using a 1/2 drill bit, but the battery died and I don't want to leave this open, especially with some of the screws on the table, because my little niece, she is a 1-year-old, she will get into stuff and I will never see those screws again, and she might end up spilling food or her juice or whatever on this stuff, and then I'm going to be out of mixer and a Serato box. So what I'm going to do instead, and you can go ahead and do this as well, for me I don't mind, because I'm not like constantly out there on the road or anything like that. This is just my home setup, and if you have a case it's not going to matter anyways, because most of your wires are going to be hidden. But luckily for us, Vestax was so thoughtful to leave a little door here with a little plate and 2 screws that hold it into place. And basically, instead of drilling in the back, I'm going to run my wires through here, and then I'm just going to channel my wires around the mixer in between my turntables. So this way I don't have to worry about drilling any holes, anything like that. So let me go ahead and pop these through here. And then what's cool about it too is that since it's already cut out, you don't have to worry about putting a grommet in there and worry about your wires getting frayed, because it's already smooth on the edges on the inside, and then plus it already went through that coat of paint, whether yours be red or black. So go ahead and pop these wires through. Whoops, forgot these were taped together. So my tape side is going to be my outputs. My non-tape side is going to be my inputs. So there we have that. And then the USB cable. Go right in there as well. Okay, so once this is all said and done, what you can do just to make it a little more secure, not you know, bouncing around in here, is if you have any zip ties, you can go ahead and zip tie. I'm just going to use some of my electric tape, because I don't have any zip ties to the wires. Just it'll be secure on one side at least. So we go ahead and put this on here. Now this is a bootleg version. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can solder the wires internally to the motherboard. I don't know how to do that, so I'm definitely not going to do that. And this right here, that's in there nice and neat. So I don't have a feeling that this is going to go anywhere. It is going to move around a little bit, but like I said, this is my home system, so we go ahead and put this plate back on. That is the top front. Whoops. Okay, there we have it. All I have to do now is put in these screws, the 4 screws with the little star things underneath them, just like this. Those go on the outer corners of the mixer. I know some of you are saying you should have plugged in the wires before sealing it up, but honestly it's just trial and error. When I set it up right now, I'm gonna figure out which one's left or which one's right. I already know that the ones that I taped were outputs. The other ones are going to be inputs, so and the cool thing about this mixer too is that it has line inputs, and not just line but phono as well, for your turntables. So that's where your turntables are going to hook up to. Then the output from the back that says output to DVS system, or what does it say? Okay, so 2 box. So your phono line is going to be in here, and then to your box is going to go right here. So this is going to be on the input side of your SL2 box, and then the output section of your box is going to go into line 6. So essentially you are going to need 2 RCAs for each channel, plus the RCA from your turntable or CDJ, whatever. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, I still have to put the 2 screws in on the side, but that's it. Now it does look a little hideous with these wires hanging out, but at least now I don't have to worry about carrying around this and the SL2 box. I have it as one. As soon as I'm able to charge that battery and get some double-sided 3M tape, I am going to finish, however, the hole back here. So this way I can have all the wires coming out and through the back, and not have to worry about running the wires through the side like this and then plugging them into the mixer. But like I said, if your mixer is in a case, everything's going to be ran smoothly like this, so you're not going to see it anyways. In your turntable, bam, that's how you do it. If you guys have any questions, comments, go ahead and leave them below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and sorry that this video is a little lengthy, but at least it kind of gave you play-by-play on how to do it. Like I said, if you know what you're doing and you know how to solder, you can solder all the wires internally. You're still going to need 2 USBs, 1 to control your MIDI on the mixer itself, and 2 to control the Serato box. So let me go ahead and get this hooked up, and then I will show you guys that it works properly. So here we have it. Now everything is up and running, and let's go ahead and demo this.
Of the steel fingers.
Left channel.
And you must keep up your practice constantly to succeed. Succeed.
Right channel. Need to adjust that one actually. It's a little. There we go. That was just a crossfade adjustment. So as you can see, the MIDI controls are still working. And once again, just so you're not wondering how that's happening or whatever, I have two MIDI USBs. This one's going to Serato, which is inside the mixer, and this one is going to the mixer itself for the MIDI control. So let's go ahead and show you guys basically the wires that are coming out of the front. So here you can see the wires are coming out of the front via that little slot there. Let's make this a little bit brighter. The Serato USB cable, and then the ins and outs of the SL2 box. Now this is a temporary solution until the battery on my power drill charges. Then I will drill the hole in the back and make it look a little more presentable and more professional. So this way I don't have the wires running out through the front. But this is the easy way to do it. If you don't mind the wires being right here and you have all your equipment in a case, it's really not going to matter anyways, because no one's going to see those wires either way. So if you guys found this video helpful or useful in any way, as always, give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys learned something today and enjoyed. Go ahead and hit subscribe as always. Thank you guys.